What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I got some new news concerning Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua just completed a interview with AK and Barack with DAZN, and he stated if Deontay Wilder doesn't want to step up, the next replacement would be Luis King Kong Ortiz. And everyone was blown away, including myself, when I heard the news because, he doesn't really talk about Luis Ortiz often. But he did state Luis Ortiz, he's on the top of the list because he said he would like to fight 3, 4, or 5 the best champions in the world. And he doesn't mind losing because if he lost, that just means he's fighting the best. And it makes sense to me. He's not afraid of letting the old go. A lot of champions that he stated has lost and, and has came back. And it makes him that good of a fighter. So I think, Anthony Joshua really prepares for the future as well as defeat as well as wins because of the way he speaks, the way he talks about things as a whole, as a part of, the Mayweather narrative that you have to keep your O to stay relevant. Well, that's for Mayweather. That doesn't concern anyone else because not everyone did like Mayweather done and, accomplishments, so each his own with that. But, it was interesting to hear him call out Ortiz because Ortiz is a guy that a lot of people avoided. A lot of people ducked. No one wanted a piece of Ortiz, and for good reason, and it would make sense because Ortiz is that one guy that gave Deontay Wilder trouble. And a lot of people and a lot of skeptics such as myself believe Deontay Wilder had a lot of help in that fight for him winning that fight. That fight could have been stopped, honestly, in the 7th. A lot of people. The hit, the constant rabbit punches, the fouls that no one mentioned. Those things, and it's a good barometer for any fighter to fight another tough opponent. Look at Mayweather Pacquiao and look at Pacquiao Marquez. Look at Mayweather Marquez. Okay, that's a good barometer to see what fighters can do with each other. That made arguments that much more enticing because, if Mayweather beat Marquez and Marquez gave Pacquiao problems, that is something to feed the media and the fans and everybody, okay, as a whole. So I would love to see Luis Ortiz, Anthony Joshua, because I'm fans of both fighters at this point of their careers, and I think that Luis Ortiz needs this opportunity also, and AJ, he's touched on this briefly about, him personally wanting to give Dillian White a chance because that's his countryman so everybody can eat. And he says the problem with these fighters, they come up against me and they ask for crazy money or money that they don't or they normally wouldn't receive anyway, which is true, okay? But I think Anthony Joshua should take in consideration each fighter's situation, each fighter's lifestyle in life. Ortiz, like Deontay Wilder, has a sick daughter, and he fights for he doesn't fight for himself. He has a whole family to provide. So, knowing that, I don't think that Ortiz would ask for that much money. And if he does, he would be wrong and stupid for doing so, because if you knock out Anthony Joshua or defeat him or upset him, then you're putting yourself in position. Look at Eleider Alvarez, okay? Look where he's at right now. Now, let's say he would have priced himself out. It wouldn't have fought Kovalev. He never would have got the opportunity that he has now. These opportunities that he has, with Top Rank, that, $1 million contract fights now if he beats Kovalev. But he would never got in that situation if he would have priced himself out. So comparing that to Ortiz's situation, Ortiz should take whatever money that's offered. And I'm pretty sure, they can match it, So I think he made $600,000 or $550,000 to fight Deontay Wilder. Okay. What would be fair is AJ being a more decorated champion than Deontay with the unified belts. I think he should offer him twice as much. You know what I'm saying? That's just fair. 1.1, 1.2 million to Luis Ortiz for fighting Ortiz. Okay. That's only fair, because if you're willing to give Deontay Wilder double of what his ass ain't even worth, which is 28 million, you could give Luis King Kong Ortiz 1.2 or 1.5 even, and I think he would be comfortable with that, knowing that, hey, I got a 7-figure payday to fight the unified champion. You know what I'm saying? So, but this is big news. This is big news because AJ's coming out of his shell. And he spoke in his interview about it. Of course, I'll leave the description, the link in below of the description box. So, um, but that fight would be a great fight. You know, do it now where Ortiz is fresh, you know, in people's minds. Don't wait 2 or 3 years later. Then, you know what I mean? It would be good right now. And Ortiz trains constantly. He's hungry. He's still, you know, he still wants the ability and people still duck him. You know, so give Luis Ortiz the opportunity, you know, defeat Ortiz if you can, you know, so you can shut up everyone, including me, because I was a guy that, you know, criticized Anthony Joshua for not taking the Luis Ortiz fight. You know what I'm saying? And Dillian White for not taking that fight. You know? So, yeah, this is big. And it's big because he named Ortiz first. So Ortiz is at the top of the totem pole. So what that means for Ortiz right now, what he should do is he should get with his manager, Jay Jimenez, and, you know, reach out to Eddie Hearn to make this fight possible because word of mouth is very important, especially coming from a champion. Okay. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about Anthony Joshua taking on Luis King Kong Ortiz in April. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunched. Peace.